Dutt and has attended Faith Christian School since kindergarten. He was the president of his class all 4 high school years and was elected the vice president of the student council his junior year and president his senior year. He has been a member of the National Honor Society since he was a sophomore and served as the Society's treasurer his senior year. He has served on the yearbook staff his freshman and sophomore year and was an officer this year. He participated in chorus as a freshman and again as a senior. Michael played soccer all 4 years of high school and was a team captain his junior and senior years. He became the all-time leading scorer for Faith Christian School and received the Lehigh Valley Soccer Scholar Athlete Award. He also played basketball all 4 years of high school and was team captain as a junior and senior. In addition to team sports, he enjoyed snowboarding with the ski club. Michael has volunteered at the Bangor Heritage Center. Please join me in congratulating Michael Dutt, our valedictorian.
Gotta try to wipe some of these tears off the podium up here. Alright. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, teachers, students, and most of all, the graduating class of 2013. So where does valedictorian come from? Valedictorian comes from the Latin term valedicere, which means to say farewell. It also aims to acknowledge the achievements and accomplishments of the graduating class and wish them success in their future endeavors. So, while attending a youth exchange club dinner with the top 5 students of my class, as well as some other local schools in our area, I thought about the vast talent among our local students. They acknowledged all of their achievements, ranging from MVP athletes, band members, student government representatives, club leaders, and much more. And as I looked at all the talent and bright futures present in the room, I realized that even in my class of only 22 students, there was a lot of talent and achievements. So, here they are. Jess Barrios, you scored your first basket in basketball this year. Adam Mayer, you can take apart a gun and put it back together with your eyes closed and your hands tied behind your back. Stephanie Buston, you're very involved in missions, and you've even gone over to Africa to spread the word of God. Hannah Cyphers, our class photographer, always taking pictures of our class events, even when we don't want them taken. Sam Fox, our FCS record holder for the javelin. Caitlin Housiel, songwriter. You've written some very beautiful songs that I've been able to personally hear. Abby Isaacs, you have been blessed with a beautiful voice. Laura Jackson, you're very involved in missions and even went over to Taiwan to help with human trafficking victims.
Go for it, Laura.
Erica Johnson, also very involved with missions. You helped out at Spruce Lake with their camping ministries. Abby Long, you've persevered through your sickness and were still able to keep up with all of your schoolwork and did very well at it. Laura Miller, a model. Alexis, you're an artist and very good at drawing. Dano, our class debater, will probably be a politician when he grows up. Jessica Felicki, scuba diver. Bryce Swanson, our class comedian, can get a laugh out of anybody. Damaris Smazias, the class author. She's written several poems and is currently writing a book. Terralyn Thrasher has many achievements at Civil Air Patrol. Daniel Trout, a record-setting runner. Corey Barcados is our class personal GPS system. Taylor Wilbur, nationally ranked equestrian. And Gabe Zamora, our class history buff. So, through all of those accomplishments, there's one thing in common, and that's that none of them came right away. Through many attempts, you probably experienced a lot of failure before you reached your success. So just like you, there are also famous people that we all know very well who also experienced failure before they reached their success. For example, Thomas Edison, who tried millions, not millions, more like thousands, of different materials for filaments before he came up with the perfect combination for the light bulb. Some would probably say he failed thousands of times because he couldn't figure it out. But to Thomas Edison, he would say that he found 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. Another well-known name, Steve Jobs, who dropped out of college only 6 months after he started classes. But he then dropped all the classes that he hated and picked up some random classes that he thought were interesting. For example, calligraphy. Now, that sounds like failure to me, and also a waste of money. Probably his parents' money. But after that, he moved on, and later, with some friends in his garage, came up with the first Macintosh computer, which turned into the Apple Corporation today and became very successful. And that random college class that he took ended up paying off because he used that to come up with multiple fonts for the first Macintosh computer. And after that, I would consider that success, but even after that, he failed again. He was fired from his own company, and then later came back to make it even better. And the last well-known name I have is Michael Jordan, as we all know, was cut from his varsity basketball team because his coach said he was too short, and he wasn't ever going to be a good basketball player. But after rigorous training, he came back, made the varsity team in his junior and senior year, and became one of the world's best basketball players who ever lived. So those are all some well-known stories, but I also have some famous people who you might not know their story, like Walt Disney, who was fired by his newspaper editor because he said he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Yeah, figure that. He later had a studio that went bankrupt. But through all this, he pushed through and co-founded the Walt Disney Productions, which later became one of the best-known motion picture producers in the world. Another name, Henry Ford, who failed and went bankrupt 5 times before he finally succeeded. And lastly, Dr. Seuss, who went to 27 different publishers to try to get his first book published. And they all rejected him. But on his 28th, he got his book published and sold 6 million copies of his first book. So through all that failure, they persevered and eventually reached their success. So, class of 2013, failure is only failure if you stop trying. At the time, all these men were disappointed in their failure, but they didn't stop there. They learned from their mistakes, and in most cases, the things they learned helped improve their successes even more. So in your future, don't be afraid of failure. It's imminent at some time. Try new things with no fear, because that failure may be the thing that helps you succeed where you go next, or pushes you to achieve your next goal. As said by Theodore Roosevelt in one of his famous speeches, far better is it to dare mighty things and win glorious triumphs, though checkered with failure, than to join the rank with those poor souls who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in the great twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat. So class of 2013, I bid you one last farewell and wish you success in your future and whatever God has planned for you. As we know in Jeremiah 29:11, he says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So, good luck and good night. Thank you.
Maybe we should just keep them for one more year. The Faith Christian School Student Council represents students in grades 7 through 12. They have an important role in many of the special activities at Faith. Tonight, Josiah Housio and Noah Barnes are here to make the Student Council presentation.